Welcome everybody to
What's
episode
up?
2. What up? It's episode 2 of the Legionnaires. Gonna be talking about episode 7 of Legion.
Full
Uh,
spoilers.
Full spoilers.
If you
Our
haven't watched
favorite
it yet,
show
check
out
out.
there. Yeah, haven't watched it. Get out of here.
Come back after you
So
watch it.
yeah, yeah, Legion continuing to be awesome. I think he said this first show you've had a couple gripes with the whole season, but uh, but it's still great. And yeah, so yeah, what are your thoughts?
So, episode 7, we're one away from the finale. Kind of wrapping it up here. Again, I guess, it is the first show that I had gripes with. Other than the escape in episode 1, how that looked kind of cheesy, and everybody talks about that. Everybody who tries to watch it talks about how bad that looked.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've loved every minute of Legion from that point forward. Um, this was the first show that kind of had a couple issues in my mind, and to be honest, they don't kill me, but I just weren't great either. So, to me, first of all, let's talk this through a little bit. Um, we ended the last show with basically the entire show was inside of the mental hospital from the beginning of it,
Works.
and right towards the end of it, they started kind of what's her name, Melanie's husband came in and started trying to save them or help them,
Yeah,
helped the guy of the split couple,
yeah.
and then
She's
he
pissed.
right, we'll get to that. And, yeah, so he came in and he came in to get Sid basically at the end of that episode.
Yeah,
So this was the episode of, again, them kind of rescuing a few more of them. He rescues Sid at the beginning of it. It was kind of funny how he tried to explain it to her, and she's like, "No, you idiot! Of course I knew that shit." Like,
yeah,
we talked
yeah.
about it in our last episode that she was the one out of all of them who realized what was going on first. You
Yeah,
know.
he was trying to explain it to her. She was one step ahead of him the whole time,
hmm
and she's like, "All right, let's go, fucking do this." And he gives her the glasses that show her reality.
Yeah, which is cool for
Yeah,
sure. Uh, Also cool that his partner was pissed at him for splitting off and leaving her.
yeah,
We did kind of mention it in the last show about how she was the one out of all of them that was screwed. The fritzy haired guy who I can't remember what his name is, but the
the
villain.
eye or
What's that?
whatever. I think they call him the eye.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So he was after her,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
at the end of last week's show, she was the one that looked to be in the worst spot out of all of them.
yeah,
So it was cool that in this episode she chewed his ass out, and she's mad, and doesn't want to go back into him.
yeah. Even though I mean, he did it for the good of the team, but she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Uh,
because their relationship is different than the team, you
yeah,
know. And I
yeah,
like that. That was great. I thought.
for sure.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
cool. Uh, Also, so
awesome watching that dude die though.
who's at the eye?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was funny. It shows you, we talked about it last show that the Shadow King was down with him. At some
yeah,
point, I forget if she was talking to David about it, but she's like, "Oh yeah, he's the one that gets it," sort of thing.
yeah,
And then the second that she was done, or that the Shadow King was done with all of them, boom,
yeah,
done, crushed. Like that guy
yeah,
has no power compared to the Shadow King's power.
yeah,
Yeah, right,
yeah.
right, exactly. So that
And
was
yeah, it's
cool.
cool watching him get twisted in in their mind or whatever, and then in reality, just watching him
Yeah,
like
same thing. Yep,
melt.
yep. Yeah, it was cool for sure.
Yeah,
So I liked all that stuff. I liked Melanie's husband and kind of his lack of memory of her and how she reacted to that. It's
yeah,
it's cool that you can tell that her mind is blown inside, but she's keeping her cool on the
yeah,
outside.
yeah. Yeah, you would think, most most shows, she'd be like, "I can't believe you don't remember me," but yeah, it's clear that she's keeping it inside. You know,
Right.
obviously she loves him more than anything, and she spends every day thinking about him. I
Correct.
mean, and yeah, and he doesn't remember that she was even his wife.
Right.
He thought
Right.
his wife was Asian.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. It was
Yeah.
disappointed that she wasn't,
Yeah.
when he told her that. So yeah, I really liked all that stuff as well. My kind of nitpicks, and again, this is the smallest thing, but the scene when, basically at the beginning of the show, David is trapped
Yeah.
and has to kind of escape and fight the Shadow King to get his mind back, sort of deal.
Yeah.
Um, I really liked the British David. I
Yeah.
thought that was hilarious. That you're
I,
British? He's like, yeah, I'm the intellectual one.
I
Like
wonder if that's because I think he's British and the actor himself is, right? I wonder if that's just his normal voice.
yeah, it could be. Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
funny.
that was really funny.
Yeah, I really like that. The only thing that I didn't like was the blackboard scene.
Yeah.
And that's not the only thing, but it just they dumbed it down way too much. Like all that stuff. If you've been watching all these episodes, you know that
Yeah.
stuff at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I didn't care about it quite as much as you. I mean, I didn't see it as an explanation to us. I saw it as he was totally losing it and he needed a reality check. Like, look, this is what is actually happening, and this is the deal. It's calm down. Like, but at this once you said that, I was like, yeah, that kind of obviously was trying to be an explanation for us, and we all knew that already.
Right.
Like,
And the only thing that they
if
didn't
you can't
explain.
catch on to that, then you don't like the show. You're not watching it. Like,
Exactly. Right.
yeah,
Exactly. And the only thing that they didn't explain is that is Charles.
yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
kind of. It showed the X. They showed the wheelchair.
Right, but not in the Blackbird scene.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
again, if you're not a fan of this stuff, if you are just some person sitting down who doesn't read comics or know anything about the history of Legion, you still wouldn't realize that Charles was his dad, or
yeah,
attach any significance to that at all,
yeah.
sort of thing. So the final thing that kind of wraps into all of that is that the explanation of the Shadow King. What's his name?
King something, which is also the dog.
King Farouk? King.
Farouk,
Is it
Farouk.
Farouk? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and he
So,
was the dog they showed. I thought that was cool.
yeah, that
Like
was cool.
when
Yes. Yeah.
when earlier she had said we didn't have a dog and we didn't know what was up with that. It turns out that the Shadow King was disguising himself as the dog and his
Right,
memory.
exactly. And then now in the future is, what's her name?
Lanny.
Lenny. Yeah, right, exactly. So he doesn't, just because he's too nasty or whatever.
Yeah,
But, so it seems to me that the show has gone in the direction that David is powerful, insane, and the Shadow King, everything that's bad, everything that's wrong, is because of the Shadow King. And to me, it was way more intriguing when that was an open question. Like,
yeah.
is he
You had said
crazy?
last episode that chances are it's all in his mind, and what is that gonna do for Sid when she realizes that, and it
Yeah,
does.
right. There's just so many cool, like, whatever, discussions that you can have about it when it's not just that. And then also in the comics, and not to go totally full spoilers, but he does have multiple personalities and whatnot.
Yeah,
So, for me, like, to take that away is a big time negative. And
yeah,
to just how kind of thought provoking the story is.
yeah.
Because now it's basically just good team versus
Shadow King.
enemy monster. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Which is just
yeah.
less thought provoking than what it's been so far.
It is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree. I was kind of on the opposite end. I did. I mean, I knew that in the books that he was insane, but I just from the show so far, I kind of assumed that they were leading towards him being sane
Right.
and the Shadow King being an outside entity or whatever. But yeah, I was kind of hoping that he still was kind of crazy in other ways, but it seems like he's not in the show, and but still everything else about it is so great that it's still great.
Yeah, also you got to think that this was all recorded and made before it was renewed for a second season, so they probably wanted to make a tight story in case it wasn't successful. There'd at least be like you could go get the DVDs or the digital versions and have a good story from beginning to end, sort of thing. So I hopefully next year they leave it open ended enough that next year they could go back to all that stuff. Hopefully,
they could.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's it. You got anything else on it? I think we hit everything there.
Yeah, wait for next week's the last one, right?
Next one's the last one. Yep, season finale.
Should be sweet.
Yep, we'll see the showdown.
Yep.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks for watching. Yeah.